Your court television news starting now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Friday morning edition of the NJCourts Court News Station. I am your host, NJCourts, and I want to say a huge thank you for everybody joining me on this late notification that went out this Friday morning. As you all know, our shows generally aren't planned. We do a lot of breaking news and we do a lot of updates. So I have some updates to share with you today. As you may have seen in the thumbnail, one of them's already kind of gone out. I shared that update as well in the community post yesterday. So that might not be too much new news for some of y'all. But for some of y'all that may have went to bed early last night, are just barely waking up for today, you might just have barely realized once you read today's title and found out that, yes, Justin is out of jail. As a matter of fact, it's my understanding that I think he's in chat right now. I did communicate with him earlier to see if he wanted to come up and speak on his behalf. It does appear, if that is the real Justin, that he may be wanting to come up on panel or just stay in chat and may tell us his version of the story of what happened. At this point, there's only going to be maybe one version because we still don't have the police incident report yet. That request did go out. There has been a case number that has been established now. As a matter of fact, it's now been updated through the Sacramento Superior Court's website. So any one of you can actually do a search, a name or case search now, and you should be able to track the active case currently going on with Justin. Some things did change, though, from the original charges that we looked at originally from his first booking info or first booking sheet to the last booking sheet that I was able to share with you guys before he was released yesterday evening. All right. So we're going to go over that because if you didn't see it, then there's no way for you to pull it up now that he's been released because it won't show his booking information anymore. So we were able to screenshot his booking info after his hearing yesterday, but before he got released. So I will be able to show you the updated charge that he's facing versus he was facing two charges originally. He's now just facing one. And to hopefully clarify everything for us, and because I know a lot of you are wondering, how did he get out of jail? Did show yesterday on the paperwork that there was no bond or bail and that he wasn't eligible and there wasn't a release date. So I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, well, how did he get out? So if Justin is really here, maybe he can answer that. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what the hell happened? How did he even get arrested? How did he break? According to the paperwork we read, it showed that he had a probation violation. So what did he do that violated his probation and got him arrested? So I have some questions. I may just, obviously, if he is here and wants to come up on panel, just kind of pretty much let him speak on his behalf. Like I said, all of us are pretty much new to what's happened. But this information or case has now been updated as far as it being available for the public to review and follow through the Sacramento Superior Court's website. So I'll show you, how you can access that if you haven't already figured it out. And I'll show you the new updated case number and all the information. So we got a few things to look at today. Now, in addition to the Justin coverage, we are also going to be bringing on a guest. This was an actually planned guest. We're going to be having Jose Sanders, also otherwise known as the creator of the Making My Way in America YouTube channel, who is an individual that we started coverage not too long ago. We started going over his case, the incident that got him arrested. And he is now personally himself sent me a copy of his kind of incident report / ticket that he received from his arrest, and he's going to come up and discuss pretty much speak on his behalf what happened, and so we'll hear from him. So sounds like a pretty eventful morning. If we have our guests decide that they want to come up and talk, like I said, more than welcome to hang out and chat if you feel comfortable just answering questions there. But I do know Jose, I'm pretty sure, did want to come up and speak as far as on a panel type of setup. Or setting, excuse me, kind of like when we do our panel interviews. So, yeah, pretty much we're going to take today's morning to discuss and give you an update on those two cases. So, without further ado, let's get today's show started. I think we've given enough time for the notifications to go out. We've got just under 100 people in chat. So again, I want to say a huge thank you to, first off, all the members of the jury. I appreciate all your guys' continued support, and thank you for being here this morning. Most importantly, I want to say big thank you to all my mods. I appreciate all your hard work, and thank you for being here, especially on all those late notifications. And we've had a lot of them this last month, so I appreciate y'all's hard work. And I want to say big thank you to all the viewers, whether you hang out and chat, whether you just like to hang out and watch, whether you like me, hate me, or you're somewhere in between. I appreciate you being here. And like I said, doesn't mean you have to be participant in chat to have fun. Just simply being a viewer helps a lot with this channel, and it helps a lot with this channel's growth. And if you are enjoying today's show, I would appreciate on your way out or at some time this morning if you could please slam that likes up button, because it does help with the show. It helps with the algorithm, and it lets me know that at least I'm doing a semi-decent job. All right. So a big thank you again for everybody for being here today. Whoa, hey, we've got a VIP in chat. Long time no see. My buddy, my friend, Dawson. Good to see you, Dawson. Long time no see, my friend. Good morning. All right. So, where should we start? Well, let's start here first. Let me get you guys set up here. Let me get chat up on my phone. I got chat up on here. It looks like, all right, so I believe John Dillinger, assuming that Justin is going by his YouTube channel name, is in chat. All right, so I'm going to assume that is Justin, and we'll find out here soon once I put the panel link if he wants to come up and speak. What I think we'll do is we'll go over just the Justin part as far as cases first, and then we're going to go ahead and save Jose for the second part, or finishing up our court update. So let's just go ahead and start with the first part of our court case update, which is going to be on Justin. So as you all probably know by now, Justin was released yesterday evening. Depending on what side of the country you reside on, most likely it was probably anywhere between 9 to around 11 o'clock in the evening, depending, again, what time zone you're in, okay? Let's just, for generalization, call it last night. So he got out last night. In addition to getting out last night, yesterday he also had his first arraignment in regards to this incident that's just kind of come in light of everybody. Now, it has been brought up to this channel's attention. This is all we kind of know, and it's already been shared with you guys pretty much, is what happened was we've got wind that he was possibly arrested. This channel then went ahead and confirmed that arrest by pulling up the booking sheet through the Sacramento Sheriff's Department. That's when we did find out that he was scheduled for a hearing yesterday. And then from there, once we had the case number, we were able now to pull up that case and show that it is an active case through the Sacramento Superior Courts. All right. So basically, that's all the information we had. Okay. It's just that he had gotten arrested and the charges that he was originally arrested for. All right. So let's go back to those charges. So if you guys remember, the original booking sheet had shown that he was charged with 2 charges. Okay. Now, the original booking sheet first showed that it was a possession of, and let me actually pull it up on my phone because I don't want to quote this incorrectly. But let's go here. So originally, the first 2 charges were, let's see, possession of narcotics and specified non-narcotics. And then we had just another, we had like a statute number, but it just said probation violation. Okay. We didn't have the specific charge yet. All right. Then he had his arraignment yesterday, okay? So when this channel went back to check the booking info after the arraignment, we had seen that it did get updated. At that time, that's when we had seen 2 charges now. Instead of it saying it did, originally there was 2 charges, but originally it was just specified 1 charge, and the other one just said probation violation, okay? And it said felony. One was a misdemeanor, the possession of the narcotics and specified non-narcotics. And then the felony just said probation violation, but we still didn't know what he was charged with. That was a felony. Okay. So then once he went to court, that booking sheet got updated again. And that's when we found out that he had the excuse me, let me go back here. He had that charge, the new charge added that was for a I think illegal carrying of a dagger / dirk. Okay, remember I showed you guys that yesterday. Well, as of this morning now, or excuse me, after his hearing and after that update came out, he then apparently got released that evening, okay? And now, before he was released, but after his arraignment, it appears that he now just has one charge, and that's for a misdemeanor of possession of narcotics and specified non-narcotics, okay? So originally there was two charges. One was for the possession of the narcotics and non-narcotics. The other one was for possession or illegal possession or carrying of a dirk / dagger. That one was a felony. The other one, this one for the possession of the drugs, was a misdemeanor. It looks like after he went through his hearing and they released him, and then they are also just charging him now with just one charge, which is the misdemeanor possession of narcotics and specified non-narcotics. Now, if I got that wrong, I hope Justin can correct that. So, Justin, what I like to do, and yesterday we did go over, in case you didn't already watch yesterday's VOD, we did go over your extensive criminal record in Ohio. We went over some of it in California. If you want to speak on any of those charges, you're more than welcome to. But realistically, we're just focusing on the charge at hand. The reason that we went back into some of your criminal history was to learn a little bit about yourself, okay? Realistically, I know there was a lot of other charges that were brought up in some other counties. I'm not really interested in going into those today. Realistically, probably not even in the future. What I'd like to learn from you today is, if you'd like to speak on it, is one, what happened, okay? And two, if I've got the charge wrong that you're now being charged with, what is it that you're now being charged with? And it does appear that you've got your next hearing August, I believe it's August 1st. And if that's incorrect, please correct me. So what I think I'd like to do, okay, Jose's telling me he's got to run to the store soon. All right, Jose. Well, I would probably say run to the store and come back. And if we're still going, I'll drop you the link. But thanks for reaching out to me. And if we can't catch you, then we can maybe reschedule you at a better time for you to come up. I'll just maybe today share the ticket, and then we can have you come up and speak on your behalf on another time. But if you're done with the store, if you don't take off by the time we're going to get to your part, like I said, you're more than welcome to come up on the link. All right. Okay. So let me go ahead and put out this. I'm going to send the link to Justin right now on Instagram. That way, if that's not the real Justin, we'll know. All right, Justin, give me a second. I'm going to kick you this link here. And if you want to come up, you can. And if you also don't even have, if you want to just stay on the black screen, so we just hear your voice, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to see your face if you don't want to come up. I know how you sound. But I'm going to send you the link now. And you've been much missed, my friend. I see everybody talking to Dawson. All right, looks like you got the link. I'll just give it a few minutes and see if he wants to come up. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll share with you guys the case information now through the through the Sacramento Superior Court's website. Again, this is all accessible through the public. Any of you guys can access this through the website. And I'll show you what it's showing now. Okay, here we go. I still got a zillion tabs up from yesterday. Actually, I'll just do this as a new case search. It's probably going to be the easiest way to do this. And if Justin doesn't come up here in the next couple of minutes, I'll just go ahead and see if Jose wants to jump up, and we'll just jump over to Jose in the meantime, because I did have Jose scheduled for today, so I hate to not give him the opportunity to come and speak on his behalf. Okay, he said he's setting up now. Thanks, Sunshiny. Sounds good. All right, we'll let you set up, Justin. All right, Jose, like I said, if you want to run your errand, and if you come back and you're still available, by all means, please take the link. But if not, we can reschedule. All right, let me bring up this here now. Okay, so what? Did it search? Did it find it? Oh, I have to hit search. All right, so now I'm going to share with you. This is, again, the search results through the public case access system through the Sacramento Superior Court's website. Remember, we looked at this yesterday. But one thing you're going to notice from yesterday is when we looked at this together yesterday, we just had seen 4 cases, remember? Now we've got 5 cases, okay? So they've now got the new active case, okay? That was just filed a few days ago. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one, and I'll share with you what they've got as far as information regarding the case. Like I said, not much, thankfully, because we were able to see the original charges and what the last charge was after his arraignment yesterday that they stuck him with before that website was made unavailable. We were able to know exactly more or less what charges he's facing. But had we not had that info, I don't think this site tells you the exact charge or offense, which is kind of weird. Usually that's kind of important. So that's why, like I said, I like to have Justin come up and give him the opportunity to, clarify everything for us, because obviously there's always 2 sides to a story. We're going to hear his today, and then we'll fact check everything once the incident report comes in, which should be hopefully by the end of next week at the latest. So let me go ahead and click on the case here. I believe it's this one down here. Let's see. I think it's the 3rd one. Let me see. Nope, that's disposed. All right, here it is. So let me make sure you guys can see this. All right, perfect. All right. And we're just going to scroll down together and kind of just read a few things. So as you can see at the top, we have the new case number that's been assigned to this case. So actually yesterday. Now, obviously, that's not when the incident happened, but that's when it was filed. It shows that it's an active case. And then it does show the future hearing, which is going to be for August 1st at 8:30 a.m. That we already went over yesterday. And then it's going to give us some hearing history, or what I call the docket notes. So what you can see here is they just got docket notes from yesterday. and then we show something that says nothing under reason, and then under the outcome drop hearing. So, like I said, not very, compared to some of the other case information websites we've gone to, not very informative, but at least it tells us his future dates as well as some of the case notes. But for example, if you're trying to figure out, well, what the hell is he being charged with? As you see here, it doesn't tell you. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you next is going to be the last screenshot that I was able to take of the booking info or the booking sheet before it was made unavailable, obviously, because he was released from the custody of the Sacramento Sheriff Department or their main jail. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just having a little connection issue. Jose, I'm going to send you the link right now. All right. Hopefully we're back. I'm not a big fan of using my hotspot, but I am going to try my best to finish this interview and live stream with it. But for whatever reason, I was having some connection issues. So I'm back on my hotspots. So hopefully it'll still allow the stream to go through without buffering bad. But may just have to connect back to my internet if this isn't going to work out. If I can figure out what was going on. But it seems like it's doing okay. Let me just take care of some things here. I think this has to do with all these fucking tabs being opened up from yesterday's show. So let me just close some of these down. My computer's still trying to like open up the tabs from yesterday. Jose, I'm working on it, buddy. I didn't realize you were such a busy guy. Like I said, since we're not going to have a lot of time, I'm going to put up your ticket and let's just get straight to the point. So if you want to talk about what happened that day, what got you arrested, when your next court date is, and I know you pled not guilty, so what are you going to be facing? What's going to be happening on your next court date would be my personal question. Since we don't have a lot of time and the connection's not that great, let's not get into much drama if we can avoid it. All right. So let me resend you the link. Okay, I see Justin's up. We might just have to cut to Justin. So I think Jose is probably not going to have the time. All right, Jose, you have a good one, man. We'll have to just catch you on a later show because between your connection being bad and mine not so good, I don't think it's going to work out. All right, Justin, I'm going to bring you up here. Just give me 1 second really quick to close some of these tabs down. And we'll give you the floor. All right, I think we're ready to go. Oh, actually, give me 1 second. I got to do one last thing. Yeah, I'm not. On just in my neighborhood, period, because even my phone data is like crazy. Am I getting infiltrated by what's that? Intrepid? Golly, dude. It's crazy once you get used to like good internet. Everything's like so slow now. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to connect back on my connection. This is not gonna work out on my phone's connection. So just give me 1 second. Hold on, Justin. I appreciate your patience. Hey, I laugh at this, but you never know, man. see. All right, we're going to just try it out like this. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll try our best. The connection's just really shitty where I'm at. There's just something going on. I don't know what it is. It's my phone's connection's fucked up, and so is my regular internet. Give me.
NJ, I can't hear a word you're saying. There's no sound.
Now there should be. I was muted. That was my fault.
Gotcha, buddy.
All right. Thanks for your patience, Justin.
No problem.
All right, man. So, well, I guess what I'd like to do is just give you the floor. I mean, as I was just saying earlier, there's not much that we know as far as what's going on with your case. And kind of like why I wanted to give you the opportunity to speak on your behalf, because I know there's been a lot of just, I guess you could call it at this point, rumors and allegations going on. And I think it'd be a good opportunity if you wanted to. Of course, nobody's forcing you to share whatever you like to, maybe clarify some of those things. So I'll give you the floor.
Yeah, sure, man. First off, me getting arrested had nothing to do with Vegan Patriot. She was not involved whatsoever in any way. She had no knowledge of the cops being called, as far as I know. And yeah, she had nothing to do with it, man. The guy that I live with called the cops on me. Said I had a gun because he knows when a gun is mentioned that the cops are coming, regardless of what the call is for. You mentioned gun, the cops show up. He knows I'm on probation, and he knows it was just a way to fuck me around.
Are you saying that this is kind of sounding like it was like a SWAT call then? Somebody made like a call falsifying?
I want to say it was SWAT. I mean, they just show up with about 6 to 7, 8, 9 cruisers, with guns drawn at me. Treated it as, as I have a gun. Like they said, once they found out that I had no firearm in my possession, they was cool about it. The cops didn't even want to take me to jail. Probation wanted the fucking new charge. So probation, they called probation. Probation said, yeah, book him. It was for misdemeanor possession of methamphetamine. So, Yeah, so I mean that's the only charge I got was the misdemeanor. They had me in there on the hold. There was no bail because probation had a hold on me. They lifted the hold at my arraignment yesterday, released me to my own recognizance. I go back on the 1st.
Okay.
But again, Vegan had nothing. She had no involvement in this arrest whatsoever. I know there's a lot of people out there, giving her a hard time, just a lot of rumors flying. And Vegan has been nothing but a friend to me. She's never done me wrong or went behind my back in any way. Even the thing with Alex, I mean, she clearly stated in them texts for Alex to keep that between them two, and Alex is the one that chose to go public with it, not Vegan. So I mean, I can't really be mad at her for that. I trusted Alex as well, and I still kind of do, but not as much as I did. But other than that, man, Vegan has been nothing but my friend. So
okay.
I just
So
want
as
to put
far
that
as
out
what
there.
you're saying, Vegan, as far as this whole incident, you want to clarify that Vegan Patriot had nothing to do with it, with the rumors going around that she was maybe having to do with calling the police.
No,
Obviously, that had nothing to do with her.
no,
Okay,
I
great. And
know.
that's why, like I said, I wanted you to. I was hoping you would come up and maybe explain, a lot of these
Right.
rumors that are going around, so that we can clarify
Yeah,
them.
I mean that's one of the main reasons why I chose to come on here today was just to clear her name. Is I feel that she'd do the same for me if the tables were turned. As far as her meth use, Vegan has never smoked meth with me. She's never smoked meth around me. I don't know what her past history of usage is or anything like that. We never really got into discussion about that much. But she's never done meth with me, and as far as I know, she's clean.
Okay. Now I think that's probably chat that was probably asking you in regards to the usage. Is that
Right.
what
Yes,
you're
sir.
okay? What
Yes,
I
sir.
had question with you, what I was going to ask you was, you had mentioned in regards to yourself, Justin, you received the probation violation was for the possession of the meth yesterday. Was that, I'm assuming, is going to be when the cops got there? Did they pat you down and they found it on you, or they found it in the house
Uh,
and that's why they went ahead and
they found it. They found it on me supposedly when they patted me down. It was kind of weird because they patted me down. They didn't say nothing about it. They detained me in the car for hell, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that, while they searched everything, talked to people at the house, and then they come back and say, well, this bag was on him. So whether or not they found it in my pocket, they say they did. I mean, I can't really argue with that. I guess maybe
and
they
then
did.
at that point, that's when they went ahead and contacted your probation officer, and that's where what they considered the violation probation, and then went ahead and arrested you and put you in jail. Is that
Correct. The arresting officer said, there was no need to get crazy about it. He wasn't going to arrest me. He was going to call or leave it up to probation. Probation is the one that said book me on charges.
okay? Now, one question I had too is yesterday at some time, the original charges that we saw in your booking sheet had shown a felony charge that had to do with an illegal carrying or possession of a dagger or dirk. Do you want to speak on that? Or
Yeah, that's what I'm on probation for. I had a pocket knife. Carrying a pocket knife when you're on probation, they charge me with a felony for that, and that's what I'm on probation for is the pocket knife. So
okay, so
that
that's
is a
where
dirk
this
dagger.
probation is stemming from, is a case having to do with the pocket knife
Right.
charges. Okay, and do you know what the date was on, more or less, when those charges were?
I believe it was back in March of last year. But
March of last year. Okay.
I'm not too for sure on that.
Okay, and that's out of Sacramento County, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And one other thing I had a question on, because a lot of people, and again, I made other people know that we're, been following you guys a lot more. How did you meet? Can you explain, just in short, how you met Vegan?
I met Vegan on public transit here, the light rail in Sacramento. She was trying to figure out how to get a ticket, and that's how we met. Just kind of started talking, and then
Just random kind of
out.
conversation with a stranger, and then kind of
just random. Cool. I kind of tell she was lost, needed some help, and she chose just to tag along, and things went from there. So
okay, and the reason I ask is because there was mention in chat that I guess you had I don't know if this had come out of your mouth, or again, it was just an assumption. That's why I wanted to clarify this. Was that I guess that same day you had met her, you had just gotten out of jail? Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
I've
That's
been out of
why
jail
I
for
asked.
few months prior to meeting Vegan.
All right. Yeah, there was some type of, I seen some comments saying that literally had just like kind of making it sound like you had just walked out of jail and she had kind of just bumped into you that day, and that's how you met. So, all right, thanks for clarifying that. So right now you're just going to be facing pretty much your hearing coming up August 1st then. and
Right, for the
pretty much
misdemeanor charge
awaiting
of
what's going to
possession.
happen as far as your probation violation. And then,
Right.
of course,
Well, I got to check in with probation here within the next few hours. I'm probably going to go. They give me 48 hours upon release. You know, I got to report to probation, so I'm going to go here next hour or two and just get it over with.
okay.
What they're going to do, they could revoke my own recognizance bond and stick me right back in there. I don't think they will, but I mean that is a possibility. So I mean, I don't know. Time will tell.
Okay. Now, obviously, when you said, you had this current charge with the possession of the meth that was found on you, are you looking to get some help right now, or is that something that you've tried and just not interested at the moment? Or are you
Yeah, I
hoping
mean, I'm not. The meth is not a real problem. I mean, time from time, like I said, it was a baggie. I don't even know if there was any actual meth in the baggie or just some residue on the baggie because it's just a misdemeanor. Usually possession of meth, regardless of the quantity, is a felony here. So I'm not even exactly sure what they got. All I know is they found a baggie.
Okay.
I'd never seen any meth at the time of arrest or to this date. So the only information I have is they found a baggie with some residue on, as far as I know.
Do you have a copy of your police or incident report at the current time, or have you had a chance to get one?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. And I mean, I'm not a lawyer in any way, but if you're curious, I mean, you're going to find a lot of that information in there.
Right.
So,
right. I did have filed for a motion for discovery, so that'll all come.
okay, there you go.
Get it.
Sounds like you know what you're doing.
When I have it, y'all have it. So
yeah. Well, and then we've already requested it, so I'm sure you already know that. Do you want to speak on anything about? I don't know if you had a chance to watch the show that we did yesterday, which we went in a little bit into your criminal record or history in Sacramento County, and we saw a few things out of Placard and another county, and then we jumped over into Ohio. Which is that where you're originally from? Is Ohio, or
yes, sir.
is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And it looked like you had gotten quite a bit of trouble there. And again, I'm not trying to dig in. We were just trying to get an idea of what who you were, what type of past you've had. Do you want to speak on any of that, or do you, I just want to give you a chance since I was able to, speak on it yesterday, and obviously you're here, so.
Right. I didn't watch your full show yesterday. Okay. I haven't got the chance to watch it all yet. I mean, if you guys got any questions about that, I'll answer them. Other than that, I mean, I got a few DUIs and I got a unlawful possession of a firearm in a motor vehicle. The guns are mine. They were registered to me because I had alcohol in my breath and I had half a joint in the ashtray. It now became unlawful possession of a firearm in a motor vehicle. And that's what that was over. And that's over with. I mean, that was quite a few years ago. So.
And I just hate to be just blunt, but based on what I saw, I mean, as of right now, you do have a felon or a couple of them on your record. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Do you want to speak? The one charge that I did have a question on. Oh, I don't know if we lost Justin. Give it a minute, see if he comes back up. All right, Justin. Hey, sorry. Okay, cool. I figured we've just lost you there. I just had one last question in regards to your record yesterday. And again, you don't have to speak on any of this, but one of the charges that we did go over yesterday, and obviously it doesn't tell us much. We'd have to request an incident report if we wanted to get more context. But there was a charge that was, and it looked like you were sentenced that you did receive a guilty plea on having to do with an endangerment of a child or endangerment of a children. Do you want to speak on that or what happened?
Yeah, I went to the emergency room. I had welders flash my eyes. I temporarily went blind for a few hours. I went to the emergency room. When I left the emergency room, they gave me a take home of 5 pills. Over the course of 48 hours, I'd taken 3 of the pills for pain. I had 2 pills left. I got my prescription they gave me filled. It called for 10. So when I had 12 pills in the bottle, I now have 2 pills more than what the bottle called for. It was I didn't have the paperwork from the emergency room to explain where I got the 2 pills. They gave me possession of a narcotic. Because my daughter was in the vehicle with me at the time of arrest, they gave me a child endangerment charge.
Okay.
It was all just a big mistake.
Miss Ella, I see your question. I'll ask about that one. Thank you for reminding me. I guess, see, it wasn't just my computer having a rough day today. Must be the old internet. Well, I think we lost Justin because I lost the whole screen there with him. All right. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to ask that one question, Miss Ella. Justin, if you are still watching or on, the one question we had from chat, I know there's many, but the one I just caught was yesterday we did see something that had to do with, it was one of the traffic infractions. And I don't know if you can answer this in chat. There was a traffic infraction that had to do with something of a metal vehicle or metal wheel exceeding the speed of over 6 miles an hour on a roadway. And I was just kind of guessing that maybe had to do with like driving on an actual like flat tire or rim. Somebody had mentioned it might have to do with riding a scooter or something like that. But we all were kind of confused as far as what exactly that exact charge meant. So Miss Ella in the chat had a question in response or regarding if you wanted to just speak on that or clarify what exactly happened. Well, we'll see if he's able to respond in chat on that one there. Moving forward, what I will do then is we'll go ahead and I don't know if Jose was able to, run his errand and come back. I'll see if he answers in Instagram if he does still want to come up. That was going to be our second interview today. But in the meantime, or even if he isn't able to come up today, he did want me to share with you a copy of the ticket that he received, which is something that I've also requested through my FOIA request, as well as the incident report. So I'm sure this is something that I'm also going to have a copy of myself, but I appreciate him saving some time and just forwarding it to us. So let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and move over to our Jose Sanders, aka Making My Way in America update. And I think since we don't have Justin again on anymore, we'll just conclude our interview there. Again, thank you, Justin, for coming up and clarifying a lot of the stuff that was going out as far as in the tubes, the streets of YouTube. Now, we're also going to be going over the incident report once I receive that, so that way we can also fact check everything that was talked about today. For the most part, everything as far as what he explained, as far as the incident at hand that happened a couple of days ago, pretty much I can see that making sense, Sounds like, and this is what I got out of it, everything that he said was sounding like some type of call, whether it was a caller, viewer, whatever. Sounds like police were dispatched to his residence or where he's at. Regardless of what they were dispatched for, they ended up patting him down while they were doing a body or pat search down. They found some narcotics on him. They then went ahead and contacted his probation officer since he was on probation. And I guess, according to Justin, the probation officer sounds like was the one that made the call to have him arrested and held on a probation violation. He then went and had his arraignment yesterday morning. Looks like the probation officer released the hold. He was then released on his own recognizance, an ROR, by the judge. He has to appear on an August 1st date that will be coming up soon. And it appears right now he is just facing a charge of possession of it's actually, let me read you the exact. I hate saying the incorrect charge. It is possession of narcotics and specified non-narcotics. So one misdemeanor charge for that. But as you heard from Justin, which makes sense, you see this a lot. Like we've seen the actual case notes where when people get released, if they're on probation, it'll say must contact PO within 24 hours of release. According to him, he has 48 hours, and I guess that's going to be ending here pretty soon, to get in touch or visit with his PO. And then according to him, he's mentioned that he'll either, I guess they'll figure out what they're going to do with him next, which could be including anything up to even being put back in jail. So, looks like Jose's kind of chiming in. So, Jose, I appreciate you joining. Let me just pull up your ticket really quick, and I'll get you up here. Let me go ahead and share the ticket. So, for some of you that are new to this, I'll let Jose kind of explain everything. I'm sure most of y'all caught our first part of our introduction into this kind of incident. But pretty much Jose was arrested. He went to jail. He got bonded out. He's facing, I believe, one charge. I'll let him explain it, and we'll see it on the ticket right now. And let him have the floor. We know what we went off and what we read. We'll let him explain his side. And then, of course, I have also requested a instant report from this, which should include the ticket that we're going to be looking at, but maybe also include some more information if it's available. So let me just go ahead and share that with you, and then we'll go ahead and bring Jose up. Oh, I lost Jose. I know he's having some connection issues, but let me just bring up the ticket in the meantime. I guess I'll have to just download it again. Now, when I restarted my computer, it kicked me out of all my stuff. All right, let me just do this. Here it is. Got it. All right. Let me go ahead and share with you guys the ticket. All right. Can you guys see that? Perfect. All right. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Jose just said his connection sucks, so I don't think he's going to be able to come up and on the moment. Oh, wait, that was 26 minutes ago, so maybe that he fixed his connection, but at least we know that, he is having some trouble. So we may or may not be able to have Jose come up today. Maybe he'll be able to find somewhere else where there's a better connection, and some other time we can bring him up. But either way, we do have his ticket here that he wanted to share with everybody, which I guess coming from him, that's kind of one of the first we've had from one of the people that we're actually investigating or covering. That's actually shared their own information with us. So again, I appreciate you saving some time for the channel. But let me zoom in here for you really quick. And pretty much the most important thing about this is reading what he was charged with, okay? So you can see on June 7th of 2024 at approximately 6:27 p.m., in that said defendant did knowingly or purposely or negligently commit the offense of affront or alarm to abuse, humiliate, harass, or degrade another, which when we read that statute, we saw was considered indecent exposure. And here's the description of the violation, all right? To wit, Sanders harassed the victim by exposing his penis, then yelling at the victim to perform oral sex. Looks like, in addition, I see something. What's this? $435. I guess. Oh, that was the bond. I think that was his bond amount. Jose, looks like Jose. Oops, let me take this off. Let me bring this back on. What the hell happened? Oh, I lost your picture here. There we go. That was my old thumbnail. All right, let's share this again. Let's try this again. Jose, are you there? 7-Eleven manager. I'm sorry, Jose, but this is pretty funny. No one was offended because it would take a pair of binoculars to see anything. I'm sorry, that was too good. Well, I don't think Jose's going to be coming up. I think he's experiencing what I was earlier. So, but I appreciate you taking the time to try to come up here, Jose, and explain, the ticket or speak on your behalf. Like I said, it's only fair to allow the people that we cover to, give their side of the story. There's always two sides, sometimes three, as they say. But like I said, doesn't mean we can't give him another opportunity to come up, because obviously we've got some more coverage because it's going to be coming up more specifically on the day of his next hearing, which I think with Jose, let's check the court calendar. I think Jose's next hearing is going to be, and this again is why I love this e-calendar. And again, this e-calendar that I'm referring to, we've got July's up for right now, but anytime I refer to an e-calendar for some of our new viewers, you can always find a copy of the e-calendar under their community tab on the NJCourts main channel page. Again, shout out Sunshinery for putting those e-calendars together. You've done a wonderful job of that. Let's see here. I think Jose's was next month's, if I'm not mistaken. It was sometime in August. It's not this month. Walking to where Wi-Fi. He said to give him 5 minutes. All right, Jose, you got it. He's walking to some Wi-Fi hotspot. So we'll wait the 5 minutes and that way see if he can get a better connection to come up. In the meantime, let me find out when his next court date was, because I don't want to guess. All right. Sorry, I'm just pulling up August's calendar. Oop. Mute myself there. I don't think I saved it in the right spot, but let's see. All right. I may have to just wait for Jose to come up and just have him remind me again when it's actually I could just pull it up on the computer in the meantime. All right. So we're just waiting for Jose is all. Said he's walking over to a Wi-Fi hotspot, and we'll see if he can find a better connection, and we'll give him the floor here. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and pull up his info off of the court website. Um, he's out of golly, let's see. Here it is. There it is. Damn. I'm starting to get my brain cells back. All right. Now on here, and that's why I want to ask him on his case information. It's actually showing two charges in addition to this one charge here. So I'm curious to see if they added a second charge or if they went ahead and just kept the original one charge. But I'm going to go based on what I'm reading on the court information. Let me share that with you guys so I can show you exactly what I'm looking at. But I think he also still has that. What was it? Excuse me. The disorderly conduct. There you go. And he pled not guilty to both those charges on June 11th. So, in addition to the affront or alarm, abuse, humiliate, harass, or degrade another, he's also got the disorderly conduct, another misdemeanor charge. And again, that first charge is considered an indecent exposure charge. It is a misdemeanor charge, but still not anything I'd want on my record, just saying. And let's see here. Let's go to see when his next hearing is. So he had his initial appearance on June 11th. Next hearing is going to be August 6th. And then, assuming he still wants to plead not guilty and go to a jury trial, they've got a pre-trial conference scheduled for September 3rd, and then a jury trial starting September 26th. So pretty much that's all the information we have at the moment. unfortunately, I don't have the incident report yet, so I wanted, Jose to kinda give us his side of the story as to what happened. Obviously, we can see on the ticket, a little bit of a description of what happened, but obviously, I think the incident report's gonna have a lot more. Yeah, roofer. I mean, I would probably say a lot of us do dumb shit when we're drinking, and that's another reason why I don't like to drink. You guys see me. I drink every once in a while, but um, I'm a person that likes to be in control of myself and my surroundings. I'll tell you this: I used to live in an RV park, and I would never want to be passed out drunk where I can't control myself in a place like that, where you could have some wacko psycho, because there were some crazy people at that park, come set my fucking place on fire. I mean, you don't know what can happen. I just, like I said, I think it's the worst to lose the ability to make decisions for yourself. But everybody's different. Not like I say, not saying, hey, we haven't all got drunk and passed out, but uh, generally, I'd hope I'm around some good friends if that does happen. But yeah, I'm curious as to who the victim is, um, and what happened. What caused them to want to, I guess, undress and approach somebody and make the statements that I guess they're alleging he made. Which again, let me bring up that ticket here. Says description of violation. Sanders harassed the victim by exposing his penis, then yelling at the victim to perform oral sex. Well, actually, I made him wait a little bit, so I don't feel as bad. Da na 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 na. Does that work better for you, Brian? Yeah, I've got some information too that I'm just not willing to share either, Rick. But uh, yeah, definitely wouldn't be too proud of myself if I got exposed for doing something like this. Like I said, I want to give Jose his chance to talk and give his side of the story. It's only fair, I guess, right? Maniac, not yet. I'm aware of who they are. I've been watching. I'm so just my docket's just so full right now. But as soon as that individual gets in some serious trouble, I'm sure we're going to be covering them soon because they're a mess. I've been watching. I know who they are. I know that they've been in some trouble recently, but see that I don't know. I just have a picture of Jose. I didn't see. I'm not aware of who the victim is or anything else. I don't have any video. I just got a pic. That's it. Not one that I want to see. It's already been deleted. I don't know, little legs. That's a good question. I'd have to look more into that, see what that exact statute, read the whole statute and see if that's something that, if found guilty, that he could possibly face, being that it is considered I have it right up here, an indecent exposure type of charge. Let's see, it says A person convicted of the offense of indecent exposure shall be fined an amount not to exceed $500 or be in prison in the county jail for a term of not more than 6 months or both. That's just based on what I read just under the Montana state legislator, or excuse me, the statute information for that statute number. So again, I can't answer your question, but based on what I just read, I don't know. All right. Well, he said 5 minutes. Let's see. I hate to have the guy walk and then, just end the stream when he got there, but he said 5 minutes, 44 minutes ago. Hey, all right. Well, I guess we're going to move on. Well, then if that's the case, then I guess I may know who the victim was. I just didn't know that was them. And again, I'm not going to assume or make any allegations. I guess we'll just find out once we get the incident report. And again, it probably may not even say it might even be what do you call it? I'm just saying blanked out, but there's an exact word for it. Retracted. They may retract or redact that information, which again, I'm more curious to see, was it his friend or is it just a random person at the park, a stranger? Thank you. I will, Maniac. I'll take a screenshot right now. And I know it's public, but I'm just going to delete it. That way, nobody tries to report your comment. All right. It's nothing personally with you. I'm just deleting it. That way, no haters try to report your comment. Kentucky Fried Tofu says streaking will get you on the registry. Even sex in a car with your married partner gets you on the list. No, that's a very good question because that's a pretty serious thing to be facing. Dawson. That was pretty good one. For someone making their way across America, he sure is slow. Nick, did you ever look more into the Alonzo Charlie thing from I don't know if you were asking me, but I'm not aware of those two names. So I don't know if you were asking me, but no, I have not if you were asking. All right. Well, he hasn't hit me back on Instagram and I don't see him here, so I'm going to assume that he didn't have any luck finding a Wi-Fi hotspot. And we've got what did we say his next court date is? August the 6th. So we've got plenty of time between now and August 6th to have Jose come up and explain himself and explain, like I said, his side of the story as to what happened. I do have my request already sent out for this information. So whichever comes first, I'll still give you an update regardless. But I'd still like to give Jose his opportunity to come up and speak on his behalf. And we'll also have the incident report, of course, to fact check anything he says. So please keep that in mind, Jose. Oh, yeah. You just had to remind me. Sorry, Nick. Sorry. See, because I'm not too familiar with those guys. Uh, since we've talked, no. But thank you for reminding me. Actually, that's kind of a whole little rabbit hole that I'm gonna start investigating, is just that whole, not really investigating, but I know I've had a lot of people asking me about a lot of those kick streamers, especially the dudes out in New York that have been getting in some trouble. So I'm gonna kind of start going down that rabbit hole here very soon. So, but yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, the stabbing incident with what's his name? I know you said Charlie, but it's something something Charlie or some shit like that. And the Russian dude, or no, he's one of them's Russian, right? Beijing Charlie is. That's right. Or no, 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 no. The other guy was. That's like I said. I'm not too familiar with them, but I know what happened. I know the incident. Oh, Croatian. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I know. I remember now. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep you guys just sitting here while we don't just twiddle our fingers. Like I said, I appreciate everybody coming up today. As far as our guests, like I said, it's not many people do come up and want to speak on their behalf. So for those that do, I appreciate that they do take the time. Whether I agree with what they do or their opinions, that's a different story. But keeping it professional and staying true as a news channel, I appreciate our guests taking their time to speak on their behalf. Um, we're gonna have some continued coverage coming up next week. We've got a few cases next week actually going down. Let me refer back to the court calendar again. I know Amber AKK's got a case or a hearing next week. We've got somebody else that's got a hearing next week. Trina's jury trial starts next week. That's right. So she had her pre-trial hearing, and they did the jury selection just a few days ago. As a matter of fact, that was the 10th, and that jury trial is a go. And it will be starting Monday the 15th, scheduled to go through Friday the 19th. Hey, have a good one, Maniac. Dawson, you take care. That's right. Thank you, Sunshinery. So we've got a big jury trial, a lot of coverage that's going to be coming up next week, okay? And then going into August, we've got a lot of hearings. So it's going to continue to be a busy month. And like I said before, I'm always hoping that there's not going to be the need to add any more names to the list. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to slow down anytime soon. We've also got Justin that we need to add onto the court calendar for August. He's got his hearing August 1st. So we've got a lot of updates coming up for August. Or maybe we'll get an update from him, or we won't, meaning that he might have not made it back from the probation officer's office, meaning that he may have been put back in jail. And if that's the case, I guess I'll get an alert if that does happen. But, assuming, he goes to the probation officer today and they send him back on his way, he should be reporting back to court August 1st. It's gonna be interesting, Kentucky Fried Tofu. I mean, I'll tell you this, I've seen some crazy shit happen during these jury hearings, man, these jury trials. I mean, I remember we did the, Sonny IRL, remember? Sonny was allegedly accused of, assaulting his, family member with some brass knuckles, right? And, I mean, they had the family member go to the hospital, they had the evidence, the family member I don't know if the family member ever made it to testify, okay? But he was found not guilty, all right? So and a lot of people had said for sure, I mean, they're gonna find him guilty. It's pretty simple, there's his family member, he's got the injuries, there's the police report, but, who knows? Again, that was he was found not guilty on those charges. So, we've seen some pretty interesting stuff come from jury trials. August 1st, we do have a time. Thank you for asking, Sunshinery. That should be, let me jump back to his. All right, I'm going. All right, so his next hearing is August 1st at 8:30 a.m. Sunshine. 8:30 a.m. and that is Pacific Standard Time. He's that's out of Sacramento, California. I think that's right, Kentucky Fried Tofu. Usually, let's just put it this way. Usually when you have those type of hearings or cases where it's almost like a open book type of open closed case type of thing, and you find a not, something where it's dismissed or not guilty, it's usually when you, like you said, the victim doesn't show up and there's no testimony, and that's it. But again, I can't assume. Okay, I'm just assuming. Excuse me. I don't know that for sure. But you know what? I think I'm gonna follow up with that. Let's see, maybe if I can. I had already requested the incident report, but I never requested the actual like case. Especially now that it's been disclosed, to find out exactly, maybe some more details as to what the reason why he was found not guilty. But that I had never done. I just had followed the case until went to the jury trial, found him not guilty, and then that was it. So, and we move on. All right, you guys. Well, I think that is going to wrap up. That is going to be it is a hearing. It doesn't show what type of hearing. Obviously, I would probably say, let's see. Well, he had his first arraignment. I think it's probably going to be another. Well, did he already? Let's see. I'm just trying to think. Oh, I forgot to ask Justin if if he pled not guilty to the charge. Obviously he's got the probation violation. That's going to be up to his probation officer. Oh, here's Jose. Jose's up. Jose,
Hey,
can you hear me?
hey, can you hear me? Hello. Hi, I can hear you. Or I did.
Did you find a spot up
Um,
there at the top of a mountain?
no, I'm walking towards the country store. That's 6 miles.
Jose, if you can hear us, we cannot hear you, my friend. Well, I hate because
Oh,
I call you a friend.
can you hear me now?
But can you hear us? But we can't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello.
Yeah, I think he's like found a spot, but probably just not enough bandwidth to upload, just download. What up, right? Nope. We may have to do a schedule, maybe like a in chat interview or something. We've done those before. Whatever works. Have a good one, Stella. All right, Jose. I'm gonna go ahead and call it an end of a stream. I apologize if you walked out a ways and we were not able to get your interview up, but we'll try again. Like I said, obviously we got plenty of time before your next court date. What I forgot to ask Justin was whether he pled guilty or not guilty to the possession charge. Maybe I did, and I just forgot what he said. No, I didn't, because I would remember. But that's what I think I was going to ask him, and I forgot. All right, you guys. I will see you on the next one. We've got the weekend coming up, so happy Friday to all my 8 to 5ers. I hope everybody has a fun and safe weekend. Let's see. We've got a busy week next week, so you'll see me next week. Maybe we'll do something fun over the weekend. But either way, we got court updates going on all week next week. Okay. I still got a court update for you on Hampton Brandon. We've got Trina's jury trial starting next week. And then before you know, we're going to get right into the beginning of August, where we've got a lot of people that got some hearings coming up in the beginning of August. Oh, we've got Amber HHH got her hearing coming up next week. She's still incarcerated as we speak. Yeah, it should be a pretty busy week. I will work on an update on the Beijing Charlie and the whole kick streamer shenanigans going on up there in Nueva York. I'll start looking into that. And I know we had a Maniac asking about that. All right, were you asking about that Maniac? I know you had mentioned about Saint, but yeah, if you guys have any more suggestions or tips or comments, you can always reach out to me on the Insta. You can reach out to me on the channel's email. You can leave comments. But I always appreciate everybody's, like I said, information, whether, it's, hey, fuck you, you suck, or hey, you're doing a good job, or hey, have you looked into this person? All right. Um, Again, without your guys' support, this channel wouldn't be one, it wouldn't exist, and we wouldn't be able to provide the content and the information, the body cam, live jury trial or live court hearing trials, without your guys' support and donations. So again, I appreciate everybody coming out to today's live stream. Again, I'm going to say a big thank you to all the guests for taking the time to come out, speak on their behalf. Thank you to all my mods for coming out. Want to welcome Dawson. It's good to see you back again, my friend, and good to see you in chat as well and back on the mod squad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's pretty much it. Thanks to everybody, like I said, whether you're a viewer, just somebody who likes to hang out in the back, whether you like to chat and, stay active with the conversations, doesn't matter. I appreciate everybody who just stops in and takes the time to just check out the channel. So, with that being said, please take some time to love somebody this weekend. Always keep your head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. And NJCourts is officially out. Love here. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you all. And we'll see you on the next show. Hey! I am too, Sunshinery.